welcome back. It's me, Graham. I go by Retro Impulses on the internet, and I have another tale for you today. This one is a little more heartfelt than the last couple. My life might have sucked as a kid, but I still had some really good times. And this story is one of them. It's called The Tale of the All-Star Stepdad Surprise. It's 1993. I'm 13, shoulder-length brown hair, a skater kid, living in a trailer park with an Alice in Chains t-shirt, probably older than most of my siblings. I loved two things more than anything at that time. One, rock music. Two, baseball. Now we were broke. Like broke. We couldn't even afford the generic cereal. 6 kids, 2 parents, in one trailer, held together by duct tape and nicotine. My stepdad, let's just call him Big Rick. He was a 300-pound, 6'4" guy who looked like he wrestled bears for gas money. He was covered in tattoos, a big, bushy beard, and he smelled like weed, motor oil, and whatever meat he happened to be grilling at the time. And despite him being around for a couple years, he was never someone that I really called a father figure. He was more like a background character with a foul temper and a steady stream of profanity. He wasn't abusive, just distant. He treated parenting like a side quest that he forgot to finish. So you can imagine my shock that one July day, he comes up to me and asks, "Hey, you want to go to the All-Star game?" I look up from my issue of Thrasher like, what the hell, is this a setup? This dude had never even taken me to Burger King, but apparently he delivered some mobile homes to Camden Yards for the All-Star game festivities. And in exchange for his service, he got 2 free tickets to the 1993 All-Star game. I didn't ask why he didn't take one of his good friends. I didn't care. Maybe they were in jail. Maybe he had an argument with them the night before. But I don't know. Either way, I'm going to the freaking All-Star game. I got picked out of 6 kids. It was like the trailer park version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So it's game day. We load up the truck at 9 a.m. My stepdad is already in game mode. And by game mode, I mean he's got his Leonard Skinner t-shirt, a cooler full of Coors Light, and he's smoking a J the size of a freaking taquito. And this is all before we even hit the freeway. This dude smokes so much weed, it's like his job, like he's in a union and he has to meet some kind of quota. We pull into Camden Yards hours early. The stadium is beautiful, like a baseball cathedral made out of hot dog grease and bricks. Camden Yards, the smell of roasted peanuts and home runs in the air. My heart is pounding, not because it's just some game. This is the game. This is the 1993 All-Star game. Every big name was there. Griffey, Ripken, Gwen, Bonds, McGuire, even Pudge was there. It was like seeing Mount Rushmore, except with chewing tobacco and mustaches. Now our seats, they were definitely nosebleed seats. Like 3 rows from the top nosebleed seats. But you know what? I didn't even care, because down there on that field were all my gods. I brought my old baseball cap, the same baseball cap I've had for about 3 years now. Faded and crusty as hell, but somehow, through sheer luck and some childhood begging, I got the hat signed by Cal Ripken, Wade Boggs, Joe Carter, and Mike Piazza. My hands were shaking. I felt like Indiana Jones holding the Holy Grail. Meanwhile, my stepdad is pounding beers like he's in a beer drinking competition. By the 3rd inning, he's about 10 beers deep. also still puffing his one-hitter between sips, and talking to strangers like they're his long-lost cousins. He's in his element. I think he even hugged a hot dog vendor. No one knew what he was even saying, but he said it loud, and that's all that mattered. Midway through the game, entertainment breaks out in our section. A drunk guy with his shirt half off starts screaming that the nachos are a damn lie, and he throws his nacho tray all over the crowd in front of him. Within seconds, security surrounds him like they're doing an audition for an episode of Cops. One of them straight up clubs him like he's a piñata full of bad decisions. I look at my stepdad wide-eyed, and he just laughs and says, he'll walk it off, maybe, then takes another swig of his $12 beer like it's nothing. The game itself, pure magic. Griffey hit one so deep, I'm pretty sure it landed in Delaware. I had a hot dog that cost more than our water bill. I sipped a warm Pepsi with pride. I wore my giant souvenir t-shirt like a robe of honor. Afterward, we get back in the truck, and my stepdad fires up another doobie like it's dessert. This man smokes like most people eat Tic Tacs. He's still riding the high from the game, or he's actually high. He starts belting out the lyrics to the Leonard Skinner song Simple Man, with the windows down, beard blowing in the wind like a redneck Gandalf. I lean back in my seat, holding my autographed hat like it was a crown. I didn't say much. Either did he, but the silence, it felt real. Heavy, but good. Like maybe for once, me and him were actually in sync. Even if the only thing we had in common was our bloodshot eyes and our love for Cal Ripken. We get back to the trailer park, and I become a damn legend. Word spread fast that I was the kid that actually went to the All-Star game. I was the kid with the hat. Every kid from the trailer park came to see it like it was the Hope Diamond. For once I had something that wasn't a hand-me-down or broken. I had clout. Actual clout. One kid offered me $10 for it. I laughed in his face. Another kid offered me his damn bike. Like his actual bike. And I still said no. Because that hat wasn't just autographs. It was proof. Proof that even the weird stoner stepdad and the awkward grunge kid could have one perfect day in a stadium full of strangers and legends. But yeah, the next day, things went back to normal. My stepdad grunted at me. I tripped over an old pile of clothes and stubbed my toe. But I had the hat. I kept that hat safe for years. Didn't wear it. I barely even touched it. I just let it sit on my shelf like a shrine to the one time life got weird and good. When I was 17, I ended up trading the hat for a half-ounce of weed. Yeah, I know, but it was good stuff, and honestly, that felt like something that my stepdad would have approved of. A full circle movement in the most trailer park way possible. So no, I don't have the hat anymore, but you know what I do have? The memory. The smell of hot dogs and marijuana. The sound of Leonard Skinner through busted truck speakers. The sight of Cal Ripken under stadium lights, and the feeling, just for a few hours, that me and Big Rick weren't just a stepdad and a stepkid. We were a team. Stoned, weird, and slightly sunburned, but a team. And every time I sit back and think about it, I feel like the luckiest, poorest kid in the world. The end. Thank you guys for sitting around and listening to my tales. Give this a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you can. I'm brand new at this. Thank you so much for coming out, and I will see you all next time. Thank you all.